Okay. I just want to talk cat for a minute. Okay, so we have a mouse problem in this center, and it's not a happy one. And so the other day, we put mouse traps down, and we realized that that was like not a good idea, because I don't like mouse traps. I don't know how anybody else feels about it, but I find them very torturous. And so so Angela and I were talking, and we just said, you know, a cat would be a really good answer. Because the cat probably wouldn't kill the mice, or it might kill the first one, but once it happened, then the mice would just, they're smart. They'd probably just stay away. So we talked about it for a while, and then we just kind of let it go. And we took up all the mouse traps because we didn't want the mice to be tortured to death, and the geckos and everything. So we took them all up. We asked Ron Stover, he took them up. I won't take credit for that. And so I walked in this morning, and Angela goes, "Look." And there was a cat sitting by her desk. Now, I swear to you, that's the way it happened. And I don't know where it goes from here, because it's kind of interesting. But I'm just using it as an example of that when you think of something and you think of it a lot, because I did. I actually saw the cat. I was thinking of that story about this mouse that lived in an opera house. I don't remember the name of the story, but it was a little kid's story. Maybe somebody else remembers it. And I kept thinking, well, we could have the church cat. That's, the center cat. That's, and I just ruminated it for a while, and it showed up. So I'm going to start my talk with that because this month is about choice. And like I said, I don't know where the cat's going from here. We'll figure it all out. But this idea of everything new and choice. And what I know is that, and I know it's the truth, is because it works for me, is the idea that once you make a choice and you don't necessarily like that choice, you can make another choice. And there's this statement by Ernest Holmes that says, and Ernest Holmes, if you don't know who he is, the founder of this science of mind, who wrote The Science of Mind and many, 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 many other books, said you could change the direction of causation in any single solitary moment you decide to do so. So I think that sometimes we think we're stuck because we made a decision or a choice, but we're not. Because in the quantum field, everything is fluid, and everything is flowing, and everything is shifting and changing. Like Patrick was saying before, our bodies are not the same as they were even seconds ago. We're constantly shifting and changing, and we're waves and particles of energy all the time. So why would it not be that we could make a different choice and that could change? Yes, it can. I know it. So there's this thing called the observer effect. I've talked about it before. And sometimes, when I was a child and I had things told to me that were maybe not the most positive things, it's like a freeze time. It's like energy collapses in that moment. And if you take it in, it becomes like your belief. It becomes like your way of living because you were told that. And sometimes you're not even conscious of it. You don't even know that that's what happened on a cellular, consciousness level. You just accept it because you were a little kid. And, it's what told you, authority figures, somebody said it to you. So you go through life and you're unconsciously living that out, even when you don't know that you are. You're just living it out. You don't know why you're doing the things you're doing or why your life just keeps showing up that way all the time. But when you find out, the unexamined life is not worth living, because we all want to have great lives. I know I do. We're always expanding if we want to, and evolving and creating beauty in our lives if we want to. So when you find something like that out, you can shift it. You can look at it and say, oh, that's not really the truth. That's not who I am. And then you can start to affirm yourself something different, something you want to be, whatever that is. And you'll shift it. You'll shift it. It'll start. The universe will start showing up for you, just like that cat showed up. The universe will start showing up for you in that way. If you spend the time, it's like it's not something that you can just go, oh, like that. It's something that you have to kind of, if it's something really ingrained in you, that you just have to like work on, accept, not in a hard, difficult way, but in a way of not trying to throw it off or cast it off, but in reaffirming to yourself really how amazing you are and how you're worthy and how you have the opportunity to have so many blessings in your life and to be grateful in the present moment for everything that you do have. I think we're going to call her Quanta if she stays. Anyway, so this cat showed up for some reason. Accepting that, I also know that I'm at choice, and we're all at choice. If we decide that this is not for us, we'll figure out a way, just like we did with the mice, to make something else happen. But to think that we don't have choice, or to think that just because something shows up, we're stuck with it, is not the truth. Can you imagine if we walked through life just thinking that we were in these boxes and we didn't have any control over who we are? So I've been doing this exercise lately because I'm always wanting to like expand. That's just who I am. So Patrick introduced me to this exercise of parallel universes and stepping into the life that you want to live right now. You maybe want to change something in your life, and that you don't have to try to manifest it, that it's actually already there. You just have to become it. So we have to become the thing, and it tells us that in our philosophy. We have to become the thing that we want. We have to become it. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about this. We have to become the future self we want to become. We have to, and what does that mean to become it? Well, that means to live as it, not make believe, to live as it at the level that you're at now. Just live as it. That doesn't mean go max out your credit cards or whatever if money is something you want or more prosperity. It means live as affluence. Give smiles, give a little bit extra, give of yourself, receive when somebody shows up for you and says, here, oh my God, you're so amazing. You don't go, well, I'm not really amazing. No, just take it in, and that's kind of like how it happens. It's becoming it. Does that make sense? Yeah, it makes sense to me totally, and I know that it works. So today is about everything new, and I'm going to just give you a couple of beautiful quotes. One of them is by Ernest Holmes. Life is a mirror, this is one of his famous quotes, and reflects back to the thinker what he thinks into it, he, she. Life is a mirror. Your life is a mirror of whatever you're thinking into it. You are not outside your life. It is not happening to you. It is happening as you and through you. Life is a mirror. It's reflecting back to you right now exactly what you are, and the people that you're sitting around, in the job you have, in whatever it is. It's just reflecting back to you, your life. So when it reflects back to you, then you get the opportunity to say, that's interesting. I take ownership of that, and now I want to change it. Everything new, I want to change it. Or I don't want to change it, I want more of it, or I'm just happy right where I am, that's okay too. But just if you can just get that concept of life reflects back to the thinker, what he thinks into it. And then, like I said before, we can change the trend of causation any moment we decide to do so. And all that means is we're causing effect in every single solitary moment. And we can change that just by having another thought with feeling and intention that we're putting out, and we're taking the time to actually work with it in a beautiful way, like your meditations, your disciplines. Here comes some more ambulances. Love, 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 love. Divine right action, I always just say that because we don't know. We don't know what that person is choosing right now. We don't know any of it, but we know they're safe and that they're supported, and divine right action is right where they are. Yeah. So we can change it in any single solitary moment. We're always at choice. Whenever I treat for somebody that I don't know what they necessarily want, like maybe somebody that's sick or something like that, but they just ask for treatment, I just always say divine right action, because that is going to give them the choice that they are choosing, not something I want them to have. So, yeah, that can happen. And then the universe is scientific. I mean, it is. It's giving back to us, like I said, exactly what we're putting into it, right, Ruth? You have a beautiful life, I know that. And yours is gratitude. She gives so much gratitude for life that she just gets more back to be grateful for. You do, yeah. So the universe is exact. It gives you exactly. It doesn't care. It doesn't have like any feelings about it. The universal law just, okay, yes, you want a cat? Here it is. This cat is famous today. And then Dr. Joe Dispenza said this: when you focus on a possibility, you can change your energy. And when you change your energy, you change your life. So that is what it is all about, changing your energy. So if you're coming from a place of lack or a place of nobody loves me and trying to create love or finances, you can't do it. You have to become the thing. I can't say that enough today. But the beautiful thing that Ernest Holmes said is, we are all thinking, willing, knowing, conscious centers of life. We are surrounded by, immersed in, and there is flowing through us a creative something. A creative something. There is a creative intelligence flowing through us. Call it whatever you want. Call it God, call it source, call it quantum, call it Bob, call it cat, call it whatever you want. It's this creative energy that's flowing through you that is wanting to be used. It's there for you to use. So my treatment today is that we use it to the highest and best, not just for ourselves, but for the collective, for the whole universe, for everything. That we come from that place of love. We come from that place of knowing that we have that power, that we're not stressed about it. We're just breathing and relaxing into it and allowing it to flow through us. Namaste.